My name is Asa Harrison. I would like to start by saying that first we know that God is immutable, meaning he cannot change. He is cannot be manipulated. He cannot be forced to do anything. He is absolutely free. He is impassible, meaning he doesn't suffer emotions like we do. His emotions are he doesn't suspend his justice to exercise his love. He doesn't suspend his love to exercise his justice. His justice is an act of his love, as he has set holiness to be the bar for the wholeness and wellness and health of his universe. And anything that would compromise this holiness is underneath his just retribution, his just wrath. So that being said, it's important, like A.W. Tozer says, the most important thing about us is what comes into our minds when we think about God. And that those thoughts about God coincide with self-revelation in Holy Writ is of absolute utmost importance. So before we start, I want to say God is immutable. He cannot change. He doesn't adhere to a law of justice. If he did, then he would cease being God in that moment, and then that law in turn would be just. It would be God. So that being said, have you ever wondered what does it mean to abide in Christ? How do we bear this fruit instead of this forced fruit, this plastic imitation fruit, which is a heavy burden? How do we produce this fruit? It says in John that if we abide in him, we will produce much fruit. And in the Hebrew conception, fasting has to do with humility, and the low branch that hangs the lowest has the most fruit, right? So the Day of Atonement was a day of fasting, a day for them to humble themselves. David in Psalm 69:10 said that he fasted, he corrected his nefesh, the seat of his emotions, his personality, his will, his intellect, all with fasting. And just so you know that it's not an Old Testament ritual. Jesus says, when asked about fasting by the disciples of the Pharisees and the disciples of John, he said, a day will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them, and then they will fast. His disciples will fast. Not they might, but they will fast. And so my time is running out on this video, so we will get to that in a second here in the next video. I'm excited about the things the Lord has been teaching me, and I will tell you my theology is a theology of fasting, and I'll tell you why in the next video. God bless you. Psalms 20, 1 through 5.